I'm Jen Bradshaw, and this is Parkinson's on the Inside. Shake, rattle, and no roll. YouTube video number 7, so let's chat. First off, hobbies and activities. I think I know for me it's important to keep busy, so I have a range of hobbies and activities. As my Parkinson's has deteriorated over the last few years, I've learned to accept help. Not easy accepting help, but we all have to do it sometime. I write stories, poetry, and children's books as my number one hobby. I now use a dictation device so I don't have to type as much because my fingers become stiff and sore. I've been writing for years and only now do I need help. I'm learning to type directly onto my computer so I do not have to write a draft by hand, which is difficult if you've always written a draft. I started to write when I was 3 years old. I would tap away on my mum's computer, and my mum was a good mum and asked me what I was doing, so I told her I was writing a story. She said, "What's the story about?" I said, "Well, Mum, I'm 3 years old. I can't read yet." I also love fishing, which, as I said earlier, we all need help. So with fishing, I need help because they don't let me go fishing by myself anymore. Because if I had a fall and fell in the river, it could be disastrous. So I do not need a hand to get the fish in from the river, though. I bring that in myself and I cast myself. I paint rocks, which relaxes me. Every time I'm feeling stressed, I drag out the rocks and the paints. At the moment, I'm experimenting with drawing on canvas. It's just practice at the moment because I'm not very good at it. I also try and make pebble people and bottle top art, all of which keeps me busy and entertained and satisfied. One of my other hobbies I play is Texas Hold'em poker at the local club, and I love it. I'm addicted, and I own the fact that I'm addicted to it. It is so much fun. Just recently I had to have someone shuffle the cards for me, which was hard to ask, and each night that I play I have to ask someone different that's sitting next to me, but most of them don't mind, and I can manage to deal, etc. My voice can be soft. When I'm tired, I mumble as well. Sometimes my words freeze, and in my brain I know what the word is, but I just can't get it out, so sometimes I just find a similar word and use that. I'm sure lots of people do that anyway. I have been working with my speech therapist Sarah, and I've learned to project my voice so people can hear me. And I have to concentrate hard so I do not mumble, so people can understand all that I'm trying to say. And it's frustrating when they can't, and I hate it. I also lisp sometimes, but I think this is to do with my over-salivating. I can sound monotonous or flat at times as well, especially if I'm tired. Stress. Stress is something we all get at times, but I think sometimes when I'm stressed, things like freezing my feet and my movements are slow. I notice when I'm stressed, my speech is not as good, and it worsens my anxiety and depression. Chronic stress is also known to accelerate Parkinson's disease progression. Stress gives me more sleep problems, and I feel this is normal, and I am slower moving. Some stress indicators are cognitive impairment, loss of focus, confusion, speech and communication issues. Emotional symptoms such as anger, frustration, anxiety, nervousness, apathy, and you can feel your pain more. To manage stress, it's important to exercise. Exercise, exercise, exercise. That is the key. And practice mindfulness. If you don't know what mindfulness is, Google it and have a look. It can be very helpful if you're stressed and anxious. And of course, lastly, medication. If you need medication, then you should take it. I want to talk about falls. Difficulty balancing and postural instability are very challenging for people with Parkinson's disease. Shakiness and stiffness and slow movement can change how you walk. With postural instability, increase the risk of falls. Like I walk bent over looking at my feet, so that's a risk. These symptoms interfere with daily life. As your physical movements become harder, you are more likely to fall. People who have Parkinson's disease have twice the risk of falling compared to other people. Because of their bad balance, muscle rigidity increases your chances of falling. I've had about 5 falls, and I've been so lucky that I've only had bruising and scraped skin and bumps on the head, no broken bones or concussion. With the falls, the home has to be adapted. For example, furniture can be an obstacle, and rugs, you can trip over rugs, and mind you, I can trip over my own feet. So falls less is best. Now I'd like to share this poem that I wrote. It's called Gentle. I felt the cool breeze gently blowing on my face. It was relaxing and I needed to get out of this place. It was in a safe place to be because I cannot run. Inside of me I have a disease that is not fun. I wish I could still run and skip. If I do I might break my hip. My exercise has to be gentle now. It has lost its shazam and its wow. I plod along, I hate being slow. I'm gentle with not too much go. I've stopped driving my car close by for driving even far. So my whole life is gently does it. To this disease I will not quit. Some days I feel like dancing, stepping forth and advancing. Other days I feel like I'm walking in mud and I fall down on land with a thud. Nothing gentle about hitting the ground. I wish that Parkinson's wasn't around. My body is the place that this disease lives. It is a place where it gives and gives. I'm lucky I have the right medication I take, so I have a gentle life I make. This is not quite right or even true. It is in my body through and through. As much as I hate it and say bad luck, I'm in a gentle state. I feel I'm forever stuck. Thank you. That's the end of chat 7. Hopefully you'll continue with me and join me for chat number 8.